Hi, and welcome to another Game Usagi Opens / Reviews. And what we have today is the GameCube Nintendo Switch wireless controller from PowerA. They were kind enough to send us one, and so we are gonna pop this dude open and check it out. Some things to note about this: it is officially licensed by Nintendo. Looks like a GameCube controller, plays like a Pro controller, and it's wireless. They also have a wired version. So I'm going to pop this guy. Let's look on the back. We have, yes, GameCube controllers, the best way to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is what we want to try this out with. But Smash Bros. Ultimate is not quite out yet, nor do we have our review copy yet. And so we're going to try it out with a couple other games and see how it goes. So let's open this dude up. I pre-cut the stickers, so it should be easy enough. Okay, so you get a lovely bit of plastic and some double A's. These guys take double A's Wavebird style. And here we are. Dun-dun-dun. Plastic bag with our, it's usually pretty noisy on the camera. Okay, so there we have it, and it looks, for the life of it, like a GameCube controller. You can see the shine, the glimmer, just at first glance. Everything feels almost exactly the same as a regular GameCube controller. You'll notice that the D-pad is a little bit bigger. And there's also an extra Z button, but which they've renamed R and L here. Okay, and there is some travel on the shoulder buttons, like on the old GameCube, but these dudes are digital, they're not analog, so they wouldn't be good for playing GameCube games directly. So, one thing that I have that we can do here is to compare this guy to some actual things. Well, some other controllers. So this is the GameCube wireless one versus the Switch Pro controller. And weight-wise, well, this doesn't have the batteries in it, but it's quite a bit lighter. This also doesn't do rumble. It does the motion, which is pretty cool. So you can do like aiming in Splatoon and stuff, or in Breath of the Wild, potentially, but no fancy HD rumble and stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't show the back really. So this is what the back looks like. We have the, ooh, what am I doing? System update required. Oh, it's telling you to make sure that you have version 6 for it to work. Okay, well, we are well past that. I think it's 6.2 now. But you pop your double A's in and you roll your dice, you move your mice, and have a good time. So, yeah, so that's that, and versus the Switch Pro controller. D-pad. I think the D-pad might even feel a little bit better on the PowerA one. The Switch Pro controller D-pad is not a favorite of a lot of people. I've never minded it, and I've never actually had any problems. If you know that the L and R buttons are a bit squishy on the Switch Pro controller, that's kind of similar on the PowerA one. It's not as clicky as your old Z buttons used to be, and they also have a bit of travel, whereas the Z button was basically just a pretty quick click. Okay, so let's compare this to, and it's actually fortuitous that they sent us a black one, because I have a black real GameCube controller, and made for the cube. See, there's the old GameCube plugger inner bit. And yes, so you can see them side by side, and they are very similar indeed. One thing I did notice, which is not a big deal, but you see the C button has a bit of shine to it, and the old C buttons didn't. They were fairly matte. So that's one slight difference. But let's feel the buttons together. They all have similar travel. They all feel well. The top of the C buttons on the Switch Pro controller were kind of rubberized, and it's just plastic. I don't even think it's necessarily textured. So that's one thing to think about. What's the start button like? Yeah, the start button felt good on the GameCube. It's like a little bit squishy. These are a little bit less so, but that's not a big thing. D-pad, and nobody seemed to have problems with the GameCube D-pad. It feels like this new one, while larger, has a little bit more travel than the GameCube D-pad. But, I don't know, that's perhaps neither here nor there. We'll see how it feels in, you can hear the clicks of the 8-way directional gate that they got around the control stick. Oh yeah, and then the shoulder buttons. You get nice analog. And you can see that the GameCube ones stick out a bit more than on the PowerA. And they do travel more and have a bit more of a satisfying click to them. But it's quite close, and the Z button being kind of clicky, a little bit more travel on the new L and R buttons. And the backs, you had the kind of thing sticking out there, and it's not like that on the new guy. Okay. So, we have that, and then I actually have the, if you want to compare three, I have the one that came out with the GameCube adapter for the Wii U when Smash Bros. For Wii U came out. And so this was functionally identical to the old GameCube controllers in every way. Like, every bit was exactly the same to me anyway. I never felt any difference between that and a regular GameCube controller, except for the fact that it's the cord is probably about 40–45% longer. So, yes, there are our 4 comparisons, and then I have a Wavebird here as well. So, oh yeah, let's judge weight here. Yeah, again, since there's like rumble motors and stuff in these guys, a regular GameCube controller compared to this without the batteries in, the PowerA feels a lot lighter. We have the Wavebird. Okay, so let's get some of those guys out of the way. So this Wavebird doesn't have any, well, it doesn't rumble either, hey? And it doesn't have any batteries in it. And so these actually feel remarkably similar in weight. It's pretty nice, actually. And again, all of the differences between it and, well, the other thing is that it's a lot less chunky than a Wavebird. And you don't need a big old adapter to stick in. This will actually just work wirelessly by default on the Switch. So let us go and plug that in. Maybe get a nice thing for the nice thumbnail there. Click. Okay, so let's take this guy, pop the batteries in, and test it out with a few different games. Okay, so to sync this guy, you just go to controllers and you go change grip order, and you press the sync button on the top, and then it syncs as a Pro controller. So I was gonna try it out in Diablo. This is what I've been playing most recently. Find the shards of staff. Oh, okay. So one thing you have to note is that I pressed X because it's on that side, but you have to think, oh, that's A on the Switch controller. So you have to make a note of the in-game things. And, oh, big bugs. So that's feeling really good. Everything is working well. And it's performing just like a Switch Pro controller. Yeah, control stick feels good, C stick feels good. Okay. D-pad feels nice, but let's give the D-pad a better test. So next, let's do Look Away from the Picross. Let's do some NES games. I don't know, original Super Mario Bros. Let's go, start. This is working pretty well. Hold B. Yes, feels great. Feels like a good old GameCube controller. Fine-tune playing. Try a bit of Gradius. Oh, try it with the C-stick, or the regular control stick. Yeah, everything feels really responsive. Well, as responsive as a GameCube controller was. We do have the NES controllers that they were selling with the Nintendo Online membership coming, so we'll do a review of those as well. Yes, but as far as the D-pad's concerned, it feels and plays particularly well. Okay, let's see if there's maybe one more game to check out. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to try this out in Breath of the Wild. So, yeah, C-stick feels pretty good. Let us find something to shoot some arrows at. Okay, try out the motion controls, and the winner is these guys. Okay, so see, using the motion controls, and they feel just as responsive as using the Pro controller. Actually feels really good. Hit this guy in the face. Yeah. Okay, so let's go give him the what for. Big old Moblin thinks he's so cool. Oh, no. Oh, turns out he is so cool. Let's run away a little bit. Okay, and no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. With the power of my PowerA GameCube controller. Okay, now here we go. Surprise! Dude. Okay, got him in the butt. And there we have it. So yes, what are my general opinions of that? I think it works really well. I can't wait to use this in Smash Bros. This will at least free up a space on the GameCube controller adapter that I have. Make it so that I don't have to use wired controllers. Feels, yeah, just as responsive as everything else. And it's just like you're using a Pro controller, which looks and feels for the life of it like a GameCube controller. So these guys will be out pretty soon. I'll have the exact launch date in the description, and I think that they are going to run you $49.99 US, and then it's $24.99 for the wired ones, which you would have to plug into the GameCube adapter. And yes, so thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, the usual, and we'll see you next time on Game Usagi Opens.